Let's do a streaming technical review on the Super Mario Brothers movie. Awesome film. I actually went to the theater to see this one, but it just became available to watch at home on digital platforms. So we're going to take a look at Amazon, Vudu, Movies Anywhere, and iTunes. Check in on what audio and video codecs are we getting, what are the bit rates, what's the overall quality, and if you're going to buy it on a digital platform, you're going to watch it on a digital platform via streaming, which one might you want to pick? As usual, I'm doing all of these comparisons and technical measurements on an Apple TV 4K latest model using the developer debug playback HUD, and in this case here just playing in to my LG G2 OLED. So we'll start with Vudu this time. Vudu promises 4K, Dolby Vision, and Dolby Atmos. What do we get? So all in all, not bad and pretty consistent with the types of bit rates and codecs and all of that we get via streaming, and particularly for Vudu. I will put in my usual complaint, which has been the case a lot with Vudu of late. It signed me out of my Apple TV. Man, come on, Vudu. I swear to God, every time I go to use this app, it's just a pain. It doesn't launch me signed in. I got to grab my phone. I got to do a quick login. But in any case, Mario Brothers on Vudu. We did get Dolby Vision. We did get 4K. We did get Dolby Atmos, QDH1 video codecs, all of the usual expected codecs. 449 kilobit on the audio. Not as good as it can get for streamed Dolby Atmos, but we are looking at about 13 and 24 megabit per second on the video bit rates. That's 13 average, 24 peak, serviceable for streaming, not the best, not the worst. All in all, Vudu is kind of its normal, respectable self. Next up, Amazon Prime. Usually the worst of the lot when it comes to streaming movies, particularly on Apple TV. No Dolby Vision here, just HDR10 advertised. No Dolby Atmos, just 5.1. Let's take a look at the technicals. And it's about what we usually get out of Amazon again. QHVC codec, no Dolby Atmos, 192 kilobit on the audio for 5.1. That's really poor, really low. Video codecs, 15 average, 17 peak, so a tick higher than Vudu on the average, but a good bit below Vudu, mid-teens, upper teens only on the peak. Not great video, not great audio. A step down in codecs. Once again, Amazon Prime Video, Amazon Video remains not the best choice to watch, say, or stream marquee movie consumption, movie content, at least on an Apple TV. If you're going to base your content consumption on Amazon as a platform, a subscription platform, or a purchase platform, in this case I did buy the Super Mario Brothers movie, you probably want to stick to Fire devices and not Apple devices. Next up, Movies Anywhere usually does pretty good in these comparisons, in these technical measurements. It promises Dolby Vision and Dolby Atmos. Let's see what we get. And we got what we expected. QDH1 video codec, Dolby Vision, Profile 5, Dolby Atmos, all of that delivered. Not quite the maximum that we could get in terms of a Dolby Atmos bitrate. We're looking at 615 kilobit here, not the gold standard, the gold star of 770, but also not quite as low as Vudu was giving us as well. On the video side though, 24.7 average video bitrate, 31.3 peak. Love to see it. Peaks in the 30s, averages in the mid to upper 20s. That's a really great video bitrate, especially for a colorful animated type of film. Awesome to see these types of video bitrates. Nothing in the 40s, but Movies Anywhere usually presents itself pretty well, particularly when it comes to the video, and it did so here. All right, last of the four, usually one of the best, if not the best, and my admitted favorite service provider platform to buy content with and stream it, particularly when we're talking about streaming delivery, is Apple iTunes. Let's see what we get. And iTunes, as usual, delivering the goods. QDH1 video codec, Dolby Vision 5, Dolby Atmos. We got our standard 770 kilobit Dolby Atmos. So as we have it here, Apple iTunes, the highest bit rate overall, highest fidelity, best encoded Dolby Atmos streaming delivery. And our video bit rates right up there at the top with Movies Anywhere. 25 average, 31 peak. Solid all around. iTunes, again, absolutely in my opinion, the best place to buy a streaming delivered movie library of purchases and content, the best platform to generally be assured to give you the highest quality delivery. A couple other things worth noting. The movie is presented in a scope aspect ratio. I didn't notice anything by the way of shifting aspect ratios or IMAX style enhancement. You can go back and look at the specific streaming resolutions as well for each of the services, but iTunes is streaming like 1600 vertical resolution, which means it's fixed. Again, no shifting aspect ratios and not streaming any black bars, just regular scope. A couple other honorable mentions. It's kind of disappointing. There's no specials, no extras, extra features and stuff like that. iTunes is usually top of the game in terms of getting those. Hopefully they'll come later, maybe in conjunction with the disc release or later on. I would expect, this is a big movie, it really should have extras. And Illumination actually usually does pretty good on the extras for its movies as well. So for that, we will wait and see. The physical media release is coming up roughly a month or so after the digital release. So again, if you're a physical media user, you're stuck waiting behind the digital release. A benefit of digital platforms, of course, is that early access. According to Blu-ray.com, this is slated for a BD66. I don't think that will be a problem in terms of constrainment or quality related to the disc release. It is, of course, available on Kaleidescape, high fidelity digital platform. On Kaleidescape, it's got all the requisite requirements, of course, 4K HDR, Dolby Atmos, and it does clock in at just shy of a 48 gigabit download. The movie's only an hour and a half, and so we'll probably see similar size then in terms of the physical release, or if you rip it to an MKV, and again, it'll fit comfortably on that BD66. I thought the movie was fantastic. I'm a child of the 80s. I was right there when the original Nintendo Entertainment System shipped. I've played just about every major Mario game, or some versions of them in each of the series over the many decades. Definitely a lot of fan service in this movie. I think there could have been some improvements, a little bit of like writing improvement, a little bit of balancing in that as well. But man, they packed so much into this film. The training montage with Mario failing, harkening back to all of those times, that we fell and died playing the classic platformer games. The Mario Kart thing, the Rainbow Road, takes me right back to college. Mario Kart on the N64. Man, we clocked a lot of hours in that game. We had a whole semester one time where my friends and I kept track of our ongoing points for like an entire 3 months. It was we had a good time with that one. So always been a big fan of Nintendo, despite the fact that I wish they would make more powerful console hardware. You can't argue with Nintendo characters and just the pedigree and the history and that goes with them. I thought this movie was a lot of fun. The family liked it. It actually got us out to the theater. And make sure you stay for the ending credits, because if I recall correctly, this thing has 3 little snippets at the end, with the last one obviously pointing to a sequel. I'm calling it now. I've said it on some of the live streams. I completely expect that the next big wave of like content source for Hollywood is going to shift from comic books to video games. And when they're going to release movies, I think at this level of quality, I'm all for it. Bring it on. So sound off in the comments. Let me know what you think. Did you see Super Mario Brothers? Did you like it? What did you like about it? Are you waiting to watch it at home? Where are you going to watch it? Are you going to buy it on a digital streaming platform? Are you going to wait for it to come potentially to some streaming service down the road? Are you buying the Blu-ray? Did you already watch the Kaleidescape version? Sound off and let me know. Otherwise, please do all the regular YouTube stuff. Like, subscribe, hit the bell. Again, leave those comments. And if you'd like to support the channel, there's super thanks. There's Amazon and Audio Advice affiliate links. Throw a tip via PayPal or Venmo. A whole bunch of options down in the description. Thanks so much for watching. Check out more of these types of videos on the channel. I've got a bunch of them. And come on back for more home theater discussion and fun.